Hello everyone, I'm Rachel, and today we're going to be making something exciting. Today we're going to be making together a frog card. Here's the outside of my card, and on the inside there's a frog, and the exciting part is his mouth opens and closes. Okay, so we're going to be doing this together. It's quite fun. I'm going to put it this way and have a look this way as well. There it is. Now, how do we get this mouth here to open, and how do we get all the pieces together? Let me tell you what materials we're going to need first. We're going to need a piece of card, that's a fairly stiff piece of paper, and a couple of bits of colored paper. Now, I only have green and white here because that's all I'm going to use. And I'm going to have a green frog and a blue card for this one. So that's what I'm using. And I have the white for the eyes. I'm also going to need a pair of scissors, probably going to want a pencil and an eraser. I'm going to need some glue. Now I have white glue and a glue stick, but you don't need both. You only need one, whichever one you like. And I have some things to color with. I have some crayons, some markers, and some colored pencils. And I have to admit, I'm probably going to be using just the markers because they show up better on video, but you can use whatever it is that you want. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to need is the piece of card for the background. So here I have my piece of card, and I've actually already folded it in half for my card. There we go. Piece of card, and I folded it in half. Once I've done that, I'm going to put it off to one side. Okay? Then I'm going to need to make this frog shape. So I'm going to take my green paper for that and leave this off to one side here. I'm going to take my green paper for that. I ripped it out of my paper pad and it didn't rip very well, but that's okay. I don't need the whole thing. In fact, I actually need just a small amount. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to fold it down here. I don't need it very big because I need it to be smaller than this. Okay? And then I'm going to cut a shape of my frog out from here. Let's see. Use this black just so you can see. Now, if you're going to outline it, you can do it in pencil so you can erase it later if you like. All right, here's the shape of my frog. This is his body shape. There we go. Just like that. Just a shape like that. All right. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut it out. Move this ruler as well. It's in my way. I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut it out. Here I go. And you can cut this yourself, or you can get one of the adults in your house to help you cut this, or maybe even a big brother or sister. All right, and I'm still going to need a little bit of that, so I'm not letting it go too far. And opening it up, and that's going to be my frog's body shape. Okay, I'm actually going to turn mine around so you can't see the black mark on it when I'm finished. But the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make the frog's mouth. And it's very important that we pay attention to this part. Okay, I'm going to take my marker, I'm going to show you, and you can mark it when you understand. So I'm going to make the mouth from here all the way over to here. Now this is the folded side, so from here all the way over to there. I'm just going to make a line like that, okay? And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm only going to cut that line. If I cut all the way across, it won't be right. So I'm going to cut just as far as that line is, right there. Okay? Then, once I've got that cut, you can see it cut like this. Okay? But it's not all the way across. Once I have that cut, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up like that. And see that? Just fold that up right from the edge. And then I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to fold it up just like that. Okay? Pretty simple so far, right? Then I'm going to unfold them again and lay them flat like that. I'm going to turn the whole thing over and I'm going to fold it again on this side. Same place. Fold it again on this side. Okay? Then the next step is for me to open it up. And now I have this triangle shape in here, and that's going to be the mouth. And I need to push that triangle shape out. And sometimes it takes a little bit of convincing, but I'm going to gently push that triangle shape out until it goes like that. You see that now? Now that's the frog's mouth. Okay, I'm going to just give it a little fold so it's nice and stiff there, and it folds out very nicely. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, move this paper for a moment because I don't need it just yet, and I'm going to go back to this bit right here. Okay, my frog's going to go in the center here. So I want to take some glue, and I want to glue the back of one side of the frog. It's easy if you do it one side at a time. Okay, so I fold it over. I don't want to put any glue on the mouth. So I'm just going to glue that on right there, and I'm going to glue it so it sits right in the center, just like that. I folded it up so I can check and see. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay, push that down. And now that I've got that side glued on, I'm going to glue the other side. So here we go. Oh, got quite a lot of glue on there. Maybe a bit too much. Well, we'll see. Okay, now I'm just going to close the card like that and give it a little press so it's nice and stuck. I might even take my finger and run it along in here. And now I'll check. Yep, the mouth opens just like that. How fabulous. Excellent. Okay, now we have a frog body, but we don't have any legs or any feet. So I'm going to make those next. Now back to my green piece of paper here. And I'm going to cut a piece off of here. This is still my folded piece from last time. I certainly didn't need it to be quite that big, right? My piece of green paper is really quite enormous. Now I've got a fold in here, so this is two sides so that I don't have to cut as much. All right, and I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to cut out a shape like this. And that's going to be his legs as they're folded for hopping. Okay, and I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to cut out both at the same time. It's very convenient like that. Both at the same time. There we go. Those are going to be the legs. So one leg goes here, and one leg goes here. Those are going to be the legs. Okay, so I'm ready to glue those ones on. Put some glue on there. And just pop those right on like that. Boop. There we go. And put some glue on here and just pop that one on there like that. Go. I don't want to get it in the way of the mouth, so I've got to make sure that I don't glue it over top of the mouth, right? But I'm still good. Yep, that's still okay. I need a bit of glue on here because I kind of pushed that and it's got a bit bent. There we are. And the last thing that I'm going to make, oh, the mouth has gotten stuck inside there. There we are. If it gets stuck, you can just slip your finger in a little bit and pop it out. And one more piece from this folded piece here. Just going to cut that out. I could have started with a much smaller piece of paper. And now I'm going to make a triangle here because I like to make the feet a little bit like a triangle. So I'm going to cut two out at the same time again. And all I'm going to do is cut a kind of a triangle shape. A long triangle like that. That's how I like to make my froggy feet. All right, here we go. And one cut, two cuts. Very easy to cut this. And I'm cutting two at the same time. And three cuts. There we go. I'll get rid of that. And then I have some froggy feet. Okay. Before I glue on those froggy feet, I'm actually going to draw the inside of the leg here. And I'm going to draw a line like this to show that the leg is actually bent over like that. There we go. Yes, I like that. That's pretty good. Okay. Glue that one on and put some glue on this one too. Oh, I've got that one on the wrong side. Let me put some glue on this side instead. There we are. And glue on this one. And there are the froggy feet. It's a bit sticky on the side because I glued the wrong one, but that's fine. It will dry. Okay, now I need to draw the frog's face. First, I need to glue this back on. There we are. I hope yours isn't as sticky as mine got there, but I just rub my hands together and that takes most of the glue off. All right. Oh, wait. I need one more thing before he's ready. I think my frog needs some big googly frog eyes. Now, I like to make really big frog eyes so that they can see the bugs really easily. So I'm going to take my paper, I've folded it over again, and I'm going to make some big frog eyes. There we go. I'll cut those out. And I'm folded it over again, so I'm cutting two at the same time. I'm holding my scissors firmly and turning the paper as I go. And there we go. There's two big frog eyes. I'm going to stick those right at the top. This time I'm going to be careful not to glue the wrong side, because that would be silly to do it twice. And one frog eye. And the other frog eye. Oh, yes. I like big eyes on frogs. That looks spectacular. Fabulous. Okay. Now let's see. What else can I do here? I can make the feet. So I like to make the feet with some lines like this so that you can see that they're flippers. And of course, you can draw however you like. This is just how I like to draw. And I better put some bits in the middle of his eyes, some irises in the middle of his eyes. Otherwise, it just looks like it's very surprised or something. So let me put those in. Big froggy eyes. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, just like that. I like it. All right. Now, his mouth opens, and that's really great. But I like to be able to see the mouth a little bit better. So I'm actually going to take some red and put some red around the mouth, just right here. If I push it down, I can just draw on top of it like that. And that makes it easier. It looks a little bit like my frog is wearing lipstick. He's looking mighty fine. All right. What's the next thing I need? Well, it's a pretty plain looking frog, I should say. So I'm going to put some spots on my frog. Because I want my frog to be kind of a spotty frog. There we go. Give him a little bit of decoration so he's not so plain. Perfect. And I might want to give my frog a hat or even some hair. Or maybe I'm going to give my frog eyelashes. There we go. Now my frog has beautiful eyelashes. Excellent. Well, I'm liking this very much. But where is my frog sitting? Let me see. How about on a lily pad? And I've got these great markers with this flat side on one side. So how about on a lily pad like this? I'm using that flat side to draw that. Perfect. And one more thing for my frog. Of course, my frog is probably hungry, sitting around on this lily pad all day. So I'm going to draw some flies around it. Frogs love to eat flies, right? So here's some flies. And if it was me, I'd be, hey, get those flies away from me. But frogs are like, yum, yum, yum. So here they are. They're flying in from out here. I'm going to draw some flying lines. They're flying in from out here. And the frog is getting ready to stick its tongue out and capture those flies. Let's have a look and see what we've made. Okay. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. I could almost use a tongue as well, couldn't it? I've got a little bit of this white left. Just one more thing. I'm going to cut a small, thin piece like this. And at the moment I have it white, so I better give it some red. I'm going to color it with my markers because I don't have any red paper out right now. That's okay. I'll just make it red with my marker. There we are. And a little bit of glue. And then I think we're done. Ooh. Let's have a look. I'm going to put that in. That's the sticky side, like this. Okay, now let me see. Does that one work? Oh, yes. Ready? Loom, loom, loom. That's looking fabulous. Oh, I like it very much. Here's our frog card. And thanks very much for joining me. We'll see you again soon.